Hey guys, what is up? Today I have an NU match. This one is against Jiltar 100. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lead with my Kecleon because it has Stealth Rocks and he really has no way of hurting me. I mean, his Cacturn could have like Sword Stance and Brook Break, but I'm really not counting on it. And nothing else is that much of a threat because I do have my great defensive core of Kecleon and Weezing. They cover each other pretty nicely. And yeah, it's really great. I like it. So Kecleon leads, going to Stealth Rock's first turn. He's going to lead with his Lapras, which is actually weird because he has a balloon on it. I'm not really sure why, but yeah. So he's going to go for Toxic first turn just to poison me, but I have no fear of that because my Lapras has Heal Bell. So yeah, I'm really not worried about status. I'm not going to go ahead and like rush to use it now because obviously his Lapras is like perfectly healthy, so I really don't want to just run off. And I think he was expecting me to do that, to switch to Lapras at least, to take the water or the ice move and go for Thunderbolt. Because a smarter option would be to go for the Surf or Scald, get me water type, and then hit me with the Thunderbolt to be super effective. Um, but then again, I could have switched to Marowak to be completely immune to that. I'm going to knock off just to get rid of the balloon. Just, I don't know, I could have Toxic him instead, but I figure maybe he'll want to switch. Because I am a special wall, and he's not really doing anything to me with his non-dragon dancingness. So I do switch Lapras. That like does nothing. The quad resisted Ice Beam. He's gonna switch to his Electros. I almost went for Ice Beam just in case he wanted to go into this or his Cacturn, but I figured Thunderbolt's whatever, doesn't really matter. Now I have a problem because his Electros is either special or physical, and I really need to find out. So I'm going to go to Altaria. I figure Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Wild Charge, they're all pretty weak against an Altaria, but he's going to go for the Thunder Wave, which doesn't really help me because I'm like, I don't know if you're physical or special yet. So I'm going to stay in here and go for the Dragon Claw, and he's going to go for the Dragon Claw, which is really weird. I mean, I know some OU Electros use it, but it's kind of odd in NU because Altaria is really the only defensive dragon. I mean, there are a lot of the, like, well, I mean, I guess Shelgon is commonly defensive, but then there's like Fracture and Gabite and Zuelos and things like that, and Drudagon especially. So it's okay, I guess. But yeah. So I'm gonna switch into my Weezing because I know he's physical, and look at that Dragon Claw. That does like nothing. I know here I'm faster, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Will-O-Wisp just to burn him or anything else on his team that he wants to go for, and he's going to be basically useless. He's going to go for the Crunch, which is another odd move. Um, because, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's okay, I guess. But it's still a little weird. I figured Brook Break would have been a little more useful. Just because you have the Dragon Claw, so steals are more of a problem. But, meh, whatever. I'm going to go for Fire Blast here. It is going to do quite a lot of damage. And, not kill him, but that's fine because he's going to basically be useless because he's still barely doing like leftovers recovery. So yeah, here I'm going to go for the Clear Smog because I really don't want to miss Fire Blast or be wasting too much of my PP because I know I probably will need it because he does have quite a few physical attackers, and Weezing is really just going to kind of be very important in this battle. And yeah, so he's going to switch out to Butterfree. I figure he's going to either Sleep Powder or hit me with some kind of special move. So I'm going to go to my special wall, which is my Kecleon, and he is going to go for the Sleep Powder, which is great because I'm poisoned, so that's just nothing. Yeah, but he has leftovers, which is a little odd in my opinion, but meh, whatever. I'm going to go for the Toxic just because if he is leftovers, he's probably a bulky Quiver Dancer, so I don't want him to be setting up for free. I want to get him poisoned ASAP. He's going to switch into his Lapras, who's going to get poisoned itself. And that's perfect because, if I had done Toxic on the first turn instead of Knockoff, then this Toxic would have been useless. But yeah. So now he's poisoned, I'm poisoned. I'm going to go for the Recover because I know he's faster, and I know there's really not much he can do to me. I mean, he can hit me with any kind of move, and I'll go from there based on my prediction. And Recover is going to heal me up. Yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of toxic damage, but it's really not that big of a deal. Because other than his Butterfree, who really can't touch me because he's leftovers, and this Lapras, who really can't touch me because he's leftovers, everything is physical on his team. So I'm not really going to be using Kecleon all that much. It already sort of served its purpose. It got Stealth Rocks up, and it, did some walling. I'm going to switch to Lapras here. He is going to go for the Thunderbolt again, which is unfortunate because he does realize the pattern. But if he had went for the Surf, I would have switched to my Marowak, and I could have lost it if he had have, continued his assault in that typing. But not a big deal. Thunderbolt really doesn't do all that much damage in the long run. He is going to Toxic me. I almost went for the Heal Bell at this point, but I'm like, you know what, is Butterfree still alive? I might as well just wait till I get Sleep Water. And having two poison Pokemon allow me to switch into them, and both of them counter his Butterfree fairly well, because they're both max HP. My Kecleon has max special defense, and Lapras just does not care about a Bug Buzz or a Psychic. Really, it's not going to do all that much damage. Lapras is actually, to be honest, quite a nice Pokemon. It's kind of like a Kingdra. Its just speed is really low. Well, not really low. I mean, it's 60. It's okay. But yeah. He's going to switch into his Regigigas. So I'm going to go to Weezing because I figure, Earthquake, Fire Punch, Return. Not really going to do all that much damage. He's going to go for the Iron Head. I really don't know why he didn't go for like Thunder Wave unless he doesn't have it. I'm going to burn him because, why not? And he's going to go for the Aerial Ace, which is also another weird move. I'm not really sure what kind of odd set he has here, but most just go like Return and then Earthquake or Fire Punch or Shadow Claw and then like Thunder Wave Confuse Ray usually. But yeah, he goes for Payback here. Now I'm like, okay, what kind of coverage options are these? And why is he not going for Return? I don't know. But yeah, I'm just going to go for the Fire Blast and take him down. He's really not doing all that much damage. So Weezing is definitely doing his job and getting in enough, what's the word I'm looking for? Playtime, I guess, for his spot. He's earning his spot on this makeshift team. He's going to go into his Butterfree now. Figure, either Special Attack or the Sleep Powder just like I did last time. Gonna go into my Lapras this time, just to change it up a little bit. Whatever. I figure if he has a Psychic, which is somewhat common, he can hit me with a Bug Buzz after, and that's gonna do quite a lot of damage because it'll be super effective on my Kecleon. But yeah, he ends up going for Sleep Powder just again, and that does nothing. And now he's gonna go for the Psychic. I don't know why he didn't go for the Bug Buzz. I guess maybe if I switched out to I don't know. Bug Buzz wouldn't have done that much more anyways, just 50% more, and that's really not a lot because I kill him, and yeah, he's going to switch into his Cacturn, and at this point, Lapras has served his usefulness. It did its job, right? So I don't want him getting a sub or a free Swords Dance. So I'm going to stay and go for the Ice Beam. He's going to hit me with a Needle Arm, which I believe has a chance to flinch, is why he's using it over Seed Bomb, but Cacturn's pretty slow anyway, so I don't know, whatever. I'm going to go into Sock. Figure I can just close combat at this point because Sucker Punch is really going to do like nothing, and I'm pretty sure, even though Beedrill Quad resists it, I'm going to be able to 2-hit KO him with Stealth Rocks and my close combat. But he stays in, so that's fine. I could have also went for Rock Slide, but I'm like, whatever. Because either way, I mean, Weezing still walls both of them like ridiculously well. So yeah, but I'm gonna switch to my Marowak. Figure he's gonna go for like the Bug or the Poison move. I won't resist the Bug move, but it's not really gonna do that much because I have max HP. And he goes for the Poison Jab instead, and he's Leftovers. I don't know why he's Leftovers here too, but yeah, Poison Jab really does nothing. I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake. Figure it's Thick Club off of like what 600 attack or something like that. Earthquake should kill with Stab, and it does. And I beat him, and that's the end of the battle. So a little weird match. I'm not really certain on like his Regigigas is sad, and why did he have Leftovers on a Beedrill? I don't know. He said it was his second NU battle, but it was a fun match, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all tomorrow.